Man, verse 4 of chapter 4, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone. That's in the prophet Moses, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. And that's why I was saying that we really need to know the messengers, the messenger of God. Because when they bring forth the word, they're bringing forth the word out of the mouth of God. And that's another elevation here. That's another elevation, okay? So that's why I don't believe that the person they want to say that will be empowered to bring up the Antichrist, actually, he is a messenger of God. It's quite, oh Lord, have mercy upon my soul. Lord, I ask you to guide my words and uplift me in you. So, I've kind of dwindled down here because it's getting a little bit of complexity to it. But because I'm thinking about this church here where they want to bring out a book on the great controversy, and they want to teach the people the controversial issues. And I'm standing up and saying, no, we are to focus on the commandment of the Lord, and that is that we shall eat of the garden freely. We shall freely eat, meaning we shall be in the commandments, meaning we should only know of the goodness of the Lord. And that will take another kind of a teaching, because where our minds go, that's where we shall be. And you can see the Jews, there were those who believed in Jesus and went with Jesus, but there were those who went elsewhere, and they hovered around the grave and the tomb, and then they went to Savias to prophesy the death of Jesus, the bruising of his heel. Okay, so what I was trying to say to the church, but they wouldn't allow me to speak, so I got frustrated and decided I'll go on home, go on my way, shake the dust off the feet. What I was trying to say to them is that in this season, the shifting that's taking place on the earth, we have to remain focused in the Lord. And there are those who are scheduled to be in the great controversy, in the controversial issue. But if in our own hearts we can remain with the Lord, that will be our redeeming quality. That's what I was wanted to say. That was the message. We don't need to concern ourselves on anything else. And that's what Alkanai was saying to Hannah. Stay focused on the Lord. Though I have another wife, but I say though, but it's probably their tradition. Do not focus on the other wife. Focus on the love and the worthiness, and that I am building you up. I'm not breaking you down. Okay? And the Lord shall establish his word. Okay? So thank you very much for your good and kind attention. I've been talking here now 123 minutes. So that's 2 hours and 3 minutes I've been talking to you all. So, thank you for your good and your kind attention. This is Joycelyn Linton coming into the higher calling. I'm not sure if Blog Talk Radio is still recording, because twice I heard it say goodbye. But I know that www.speaker.com/Joycelyn Linton is still recording. So, as I say, this is a recording, and you can always listen to it over and over. I'm saying because it's causing me to want to go deeper. This is a revelation, this is an awakening, this is a teaching, a kind of a realization. And I know that, and what I'm thinking, that there are many people on the YouTube who talks about it, but their focus is on the great controversy. Their focus is on that his heel shall be bruised, and so there's an antichrist that's going to come on up, and he shall gain power. That's their focus, and that's a warning to the people. But the word here is that the Lord shall establish his word, and that we are to be like Hannah, focus on the Lord. We don't have to business ourselves on anything else, and because the victory has already been claimed. It says that he shall bruise his head. He shall bruise his head. And that came first. And that's what we should focus on. And there's a reason why in this moment in time that I'm saying that. Because we don't want to miss the mark. The Lord is sending something good upon the land. And if we turn our minds in any other direction, we can miss it. That's what I wanted to say to the church, but they would not allow me to say that. So let them go down and follow the grave, and let them go into the tomb, and let them stay in that type of consciousness. But hey, I'm staying in the consciousness of the Lord. I'm answering that call to come higher in the Lord, and hopefully the call of holiness. So I'm going to send out some t-shirts. I'm going to print some t-shirts about coming into the higher call, into the higher calling, and answer the call of holiness. And when I do bring it forth on the website, I ask that you'll support me, please, and buying the t-shirt. And it's a way of spreading the message and just pricking the awareness, because the controversy that's going on is that people are not aware that we are coming into 1,000 years of holy sabbatical rest. And even as I speak to you, you're not already aware of it. You're listening to me, and maybe with a doubt as well. Okay? So, to remember that it's the Lord that shall establish his word. And in the story of Jesus, he kept bringing forth the word as his sword. Right? He took up the shield of faith. He walked in the gospel of peace, girded his loins with truth. Okay? He took up the breastplate of righteousness. He put on the helmet of salvation. He took up the shield of faith, and took up the sword, which is the word of the Lord. Okay? And that's how we are to work, to be in this transitioning time. Yes, we may be aware of a spiritual controversy, a spiritual warring taking place, but our saving grace, or our redeeming quality, is the word of the Lord, and the Lord shall establish it. Another thing, when we read through the prophet of Jeremiah, the Lord said that he shall make his word like fire, and that's in chapter 17. Fire that devours the people like wood. Fire devours wood. So we have to be careful on the word as well. And as I said in this instance, okay, and this is a very important that I wanted to tell the church, but they would not allow me to speak it, but I'm speaking it now. The Lord will speak through his messenger, as Jesus said that the word comes from God, so it will be the messenger of God. And speaker is on, but Blog Talk Radio, I know that it's definitely been switched off now. Okay, so thank you once again for your good and kind attention. Keep listening out, keep watching this space, and please do support me. You know, even if it's just wanting to listen to me, even if it's just feeling glad to hear what I have to say, you know, support can come in many formats, and it's all really appreciated for me. Okay? Thank you. Until next time. Bye.